Monkey, how are you today? Are you sad? Why are you sad? I don't know. Tell me, Monkey, why are you sad? I'm sad because everyone's wearing a mask. Oh, does that make you sad? Why? I don't know. Tell me, Monkey, why does it make you sad? Because I can't see anybody smile. I can't see their feelings. That makes me sad. Oh, Monkey, I'm sorry. Would it make you feel better if I took my mask off? Yeah. Would it make you feel better if we made a craft with some flour and salt and oil and water and make some clay? Yeah, that would be fun. Okay, Monkey. Feel better now? Let me give you a little hug. It's going to be okay. Would you like to watch? Okay, let's sit you down by Blue and Petunia. And you can watch the kids and watch me make some craft, okay? Today we're going to make clay. This is what it looks like. It's kind of squishy, and you can make animals and little pottery out of it. It's fun. This is my recipe. You can mix flour, salt, water, food coloring, and oil. And we're going to blend it and squish it together into clay. And I'm going to show you how. It's not too hard. First I'm going to tip my camera down so you can see my red bowl. Let's tip it down. Here we go, Monkey. Watch what happens now. Here's my table with my ingredients. We're going to put in 1 1/4 cup of flour. We want to start with our dry ingredients. Here's 1 whole cup. And here's 1/4 cup. It's a little smaller. And then we're going to add 1/2 cup of salt. Any kind of salt will do, but I bought the cheap kind because this is just for making clay, and I don't want to use my nice Himalayan pink salt for this. So I'll just use some ordinary table salt from Myers. And we're going to mix that up with our fingers a little bit. Feels kind of fluffy. And then for this next part, I'm going to put on my gloves because I'm going to use some food coloring. And food coloring can stain your fingers. So you've probably seen a lot of people wearing gloves lately too. And if you wear some, don't throw them on the ground and litter, because that isn't nice. So, food coloring looks like this. It comes in a little bottle from the grocery store. And we're going to put it into a 1/2 cup of water. Just a drop. And put the cover back on so I don't spill this on anything like my clothes. That would be bad, because it stains. And I'm going to take a little spoon and stir it up. This is a teaspoon. It's small. It's not as big as a tablespoon, which is a little bigger. And this is what I'm going to use to put oil in. But I'm going to first put my blue food coloring water in. Ooh, is that ever cool looking? And I'm going to squish it all around with my glove. This is why I need the glove on, so I don't get blue on my fingers. Eventually when it gets mixed in, the blue won't get on you because it's already worked in. But at first, when you're first mixing it, it can really get on you. Now it's still a little bit dry. I'm still working in the water, but I'm going to add oil in a minute. I'm going to add 1 whole tablespoon of oil, and that's the bigger spoon in your measuring spoons. Usually it's the biggest measuring spoon that people have. So if you don't know which one it is, pick out the biggest one in your measuring spoon set. Some people's are all connected. Mine are separated because I don't like them hooked together. Here we go. 1 tablespoon of oil. Fill it up to the top so it's nice and creamy when you make your clay. Shake it in. And squish some more. This time it gets a little bit more smooth because the oil mixes in with the flour and the water and the salt, and it makes it a little softer. And you keep working it for a while until it gets nice and soft. And you have to blend it and squish it. A lot of squishing. If it doesn't seem quite moist enough and it seems a little dry, you can take a little teeny bit of water. I would add it just a tablespoon at a time, just to get a little more moisture in there in case it's not moist enough. Let's check if this works. Yeah, that's helping a little bit. It's not quite so dry. You can always add also extra flour if it seems too wet and gooey. Sometimes that happens too. If people add too much water by accident, a little bit extra can really make it gooey. So if it gets too gooey, then you add more flour. Now let's take our bowl away and work it a little bit until it gets soft. Work it and work it and work it. And pretty soon you have a nice ball of clay. And you can take a piece off and you can shape it into a little animal. Maybe we'll make a little duck. You have to shape it with your hands. You can take your gloves off at this point and say bye-bye to those. Don't litter. Put them in the trash. Or reuse them for another project if you can. And you can make a little animal. Here we have a little duck. I made a little bunny earlier out of the pink clay. So I think I'll put my bunny and my duck next to each other in the windowsill and let them dry. Now sometimes when this clay dries it gets a little more cracked, so if you don't want it to dry and you want to keep playing with it and making more things, you can take a baggie and put it inside and save it in your refrigerator. But make sure you seal it tight, tight, tight so that no air gets in, and then save it in your refrigerator and you can play with it again tomorrow. That is the end of our little video. I hope you enjoyed.